What is Theta Healing? What does it do? And of course, how did your life turn around? We'll break it up. I'm not
Yeah.
throwing all three questions at you. So, yeah, what
Well,
is Theta Healing and like what does it do?
yeah. Uh, so it's been like 10 years or so, 10 years or more. Theta Theta healing is a meditation technique, and it's an energy healing modality. It's energy work. And as you rightly said, I always say that, it's not just a modality for me. I breathe and I live theta. It's a way of knowing yourself more deeply. It's a way of finding out the whys of life and how you can, you know, change whatever is stuck, wherever you are stuck, by tapping into the energy of seventh plane consciousness of creator of all that is. That's the energy of unconditional love. And bringing that energy in your body, in your life, and experiencing uh, that awareness which basically shifts your life overall. So, be it any physical ailments, be it psychological, mental, emotional, whatever you say, theta theta is, theta will take you deep into uh, that part of your mind, that's a subconscious mind, where everything is stored, like all our memories, be it from this lifetime, from all the lifetimes, and even our ancestral memories like genetics, so in our DNA, and even our soul's evolution, the awareness, like what does your soul believe, like, okay, so that all of that is somewhere stored in our subconscious mind. So theta is a way where you can actually go deep into your subconscious and unlock that mystery and know yourself better, that, oh, okay, I have this is what, is the energy that I'm carrying, and that's why my life is, in this way. This is the situation I have attracted in my life because it's coming from my DNA. Okay, because it's coming from a past life. So you come to know, and definitely when you tap into that energy of the seventh plane consciousness, that is the energy which completely, shifts. It makes it very easy and very fast. The healing happens very deep and quite, fast. So yeah, that is theta. We'll go more deep into it as we proceed, Needu. But yes, theta transformed my life like completely since 2014 to now, 2024. So it's been a part of me only. I'm living theta in that way. Yeah.
Right. And we're going to come to that because we do want to hear about your actual examples because just like any of us here, you also were in a certain position. This is what happened. You learned it and you used it for yourself first. So we will
Yeah.
come to that, but you used a few words. So I want to bring you back to that. For example, the energy of the creator of unconditional love and seventh plane consciousness. Before I come to that, you also said it's like a meditation technique, right? So before this comes up, because I know it will, I'm also one of those guys. It's meditation. What meditation? I can't do this for more than 10 minutes. So before we get into the major technicalities of this, is it possible for everybody to do this? Because not everybody is keen on, going into a zone for 20, 30 minutes at end and things. So by meditation technique, what do you mean exactly by
No, it's a guided technique. It's a guided meditation. So it's step by step. You're guided to go. So like we will be doing that, and it's quite easy. Anyone can do it, and you don't have to spend like 30 minutes or hours in this. It's just like 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes daily. But you are there. It's just you have to just follow that guided technique, and you're able to shift your brain waves into theta state.
that? So there are steps and you're following the steps.
Correct. So there are steps like I'll be guiding, and when anyone learns theta from me, so they receive also a MP3, like the daily meditation guided one, which they just have to listen to it. And what happens is it is creating a roadmap. Okay, so it's like a roadmap to that plane. Okay, and that energy. So once you start practicing it daily, the roadmap is already created there in your mind, and then it won't even take you 10 minutes. It's like you are just there in 5 minutes. And believe me, it can happen instantly also. In like 30 seconds, we are there. It's that cool.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Yeah.
You also said, that when you go into this, you can see, okay, this is how I created. So when we learn this and we're doing this, we ourselves are seeing this happening or unfolding.
Yes, yes, definitely. You
So
you come to an awareness. You come to an awareness, and there is a process. There's a process of, it's called digging work. So, like, in Theta, I will say that the core is like you dig to find out the key issue, the bottom belief, which is there in your subconscious mind. So by this digging process, you learn how to, what are the kind of questions to ask. How do you come to know that, okay, this is, and then there is a process, again, a technique, a process where you actually can test that, okay, this is my belief. And when you are there in that state, now what happens is, theta is a brain wave, Neelu. So in that theta brainwave state, your brain waves have slowed down to 4 to 7 cycles per second. That's scientifically proven. And in that state, you're so calm, you're relaxed. Okay, and because your brain waves slow down, this is said to be the state of your subconscious. So automatically your subconscious is open. So it becomes very easy to whatever, like, downloads, like affirmations, downloads, I will say suggestions. Okay, say suppose we lose a layman language, like suggestions. What are you suggesting to yourself? That goes straight deep into your subconscious mind. Number one. Number two, it helps in awakening your own potential, like hidden, your intuitive abilities, your psychic senses, which we all have, but somewhere we have not used it or practiced it. So we just need a technique where we can remember who we truly are, and we can sharpen our psychic senses. So it helps in unlocking that side in us that's there. And then you will be able to, like, like Neelu, you mentioned that for you, like, meditation nahi hota. Yeah, like, you're not able to meditate for long hours.
yes,
So it's not required, number one.
right.
And some people visualize it by seeing, some people visualize by feeling. You can feel the energy, you sense it, that, oh, I'm feeling heavy, I'm feeling light. You can hear it, you can some people can smell. So everyone has their own
Yeah.
awareness, it's a knowingness. Yeah, so it gets developed as you practice it. Yeah.
Okay. And so, what do you mean by seventh plane consciousness? Is that the theta state?
Okay, yeah, so in theta healing, uh, okay, before that, I would like to talk about conscious, like there are 7 planes of existence. Okay. And we all know that everything is energy. Okay. So, whichever modality are we using, whatever technique are we practicing, we are definitely tapping into some energy. We're connecting to some form of energy. We're tapping into some plane. Okay. So this plane, the 7th plane consciousness, is the energy of unconditional love. And there are different planes. Like, for example, we say that this plane where we are right now, the animals and humans, we are here on the 3rd plane. So everything is in the third plane consciousness. Everything is very transactional. So it's like, you give, you take. That's a transactional consciousness. Then, if you tap into the 5th plane consciousness, so 5th plane has got degrees, of these are different vibrations. So depending upon the vibrations, different beings exist in different levels. But to overall sum up, you can say that the 5th plane consciousness is a duality consciousness, which means that there is a good and there is a evil. Okay, so there are light forces, and there are dark forces. So we have angels, we have deities, and we have some negative forces, whatever you can say. There's a duality, consciousness. That's the 5th plane consciousness. Well, every plane has a healing ability. That is there. But when you tap into the 7th plane consciousness, you are tapping into the energy of unconditional love, which doesn't bind you, and you're not bound with any rituals or any obligations, any trading, any transaction. And it's unconditional. So it's that energy which is, doing the healing over here. Oh, and manifesting everything, like all clearings and everything. Yeah. So that's the consciousness we are talking about.
Nice, nice. I am going to come to your life experiences. Shivani is asked, do we go in a trance-like state in this meditation?
Uh, yes, so like trance-like definitely, because when you initially you are in a act, your mind is active, so your state is beta state. Okay, so when you close your eyes and you start visualizing and you're following that guided thing. Okay, so slowly your brain waves shift from beta to alpha state, which again is slowing down. So with every step you're going deeper. Okay, so
Right.
you're going in much calmer state, and when you after that, there's a process where you take your consciousness out, and that is this time when your brainwaves shift in the theta state. So that is a very meditative, deep meditative state. It's a trance-like state. Some people call it absolute calmness. Some people say it is stillness. Some people say I just feel like there's a bliss. It's a blissful state to be. Yeah.
Right. And of course, people, we are going to experience theta meditation and healing on the call soon enough. But before that, you also mentioned, so you said energy of creator of unconditional love. So that in seventh plane of consciousness is kind of similar.
Yes, it's the same.
Same.
We are calling it like creator. You can give it any name. You can call that source, you can call it universe, you can call it creator. Uh, but that is the energy. The energy, basically, we are connecting, tapping into that energy. The seventh plane consciousness energy is of unconditional love. That is of
Super.
creator. Yeah.
All right. So here's Shweta. Now all this is a little bit about theta and what is, of course, many more details of this are part of the training as well.
Yeah.
How is all this being used in practical day-to-day life? So we want to hear from you.
Yeah. No, it's very important that how we can actually use it practically in our day-to-day lives. It's very so it's very simple. It's it is a state. Okay, so basically being aware of your own thoughts, of your own narrative, because see, everything is energy, and thoughts have got thoughts also have energy. Okay, so what energy are you emitting, radiating? That's number one. A, when you are in this theta state, what happens is your thoughts magnify. So whatever you're thinking, that's going to magnify, and it's going to the likelihood of your spoken words and thoughts becoming a reality increases dramatically. When you are in a theta state. So theta, what it does is it's going to definitely, make you more aware of your own thoughts and narratives and your belief systems. Because over a period of time, similar kind of thoughts, meaning you are having, say, suppose some person is having a similar this kind of thought that I'm useless, I am good for nothing. Now, if that person keeps focusing on these thoughts, that energy is going to multiply, and that energy is going to become so solid, it definitely becomes a belief pattern. It's a program, and it's there. Your cells are every cell of a body carries that program which is there in a mind. It's transfer like automatically and instantly. So every cell is also carrying that program. So can you imagine that that's how our body will also be reacting, responding to. So that's why we have diseases like like whatever you say, have a lot of stress creates BP, blood pressure, okay, and heart diseases, whatever. And similarly, the similar situations also, relationships, finances, your relationship with money, your relationship with your work, your relationship with God, your relation. So all of these are impacted with what you think, what is your belief system. So when you are doing theta healing, you are learning to become aware of and knowing that, okay, what is my belief? What is my bottom belief? And we also understand that whatever we keep reiterating, like reinforcing every day. We are saying the same things. You get up in the morning, you say, oh my God, I'm in pain. And every day you're saying, I'm in pain, your
Right.
body is going to be in pain. And if
Right.
you're saying, yes, I feel, oh, today is another day. Oh, well, good. Let's do something about it. So that becomes a pattern. That becomes a habit. And when we work on these habits in Theta, what happens is we are bringing in, we call something in Theta, we call it as feelings. Okay. Because I believe that over a period of time, the body also gets used to a certain, kind of environment or whatever your thought, your energy has been. So a person who has stayed in depression, if you tell the person that nothing wrong has happened, look at the positive, but the person is not able to look at the positive
Right.
because the person doesn't have the feeling of it. So in Theta, we create a receptor by downloading that feeling. That receptor is created in the brain, that receptor of joy. And then only the person is able to feel joy. Otherwise, you keep saying it's of no use. So the day to day, like I'll share my own example. I remember like I used to have this chronic vaginal infection often, okay, recurring on and off. So I started doing my own digging work. See, it's an ongoing thing. Okay, 10 years doesn't mean that I have stopped working on myself. It's an ongoing thing.
Right.
Okay, but things shift instantly now. That's the magic. That's the beauty. You're so in that energy. So I asked Creator, like in my Theta, when I was asking questions. So I said, okay, why do I keep having this recurring vaginal infection? Uh, so the awareness that came to me was that you keep saying, I have infection. I have infection. Okay. I said, oh, so I'm saying I have infection, I have infection, I have infection. That's why so what should I say? What should I, instead of I have infection, what should I replace it with? So I heard it's just an imbalance. I said, okay, imbalance of what? It's an imbalance of yeast or Canada. I said, oh, so and then in Theta, what we do, we balance. We also learn how to balance your pH level. You can learn how to balance the yeast and Candida in your body, the excess yeast
Right.
Candida. So all of that. So I did that. But the awareness was that I have infection is what I was telling myself. And this, was the energy, my body, every cell had this program. I have infection. Okay. Now I just think, oh no, it's not an infection. It's just an imbalance. Next day, I had an appointment with my gynae. Okay. And she said, Shweta, there is no infection. Why do you say there's infection? I said, oh, but then why do I have symptoms? So she said, oh, it's just a pH imbalance. So can you imagine even she said that word?
Right.
Imbalance. I said, wow, see how, like, okay, so it's everything is in imbalance. Actually, that's the thing. That's the power of our thoughts and words. So it's like living daily that, being very aware that, okay, what am I thinking? Why this is there? Being in that, out of questioning that, okay, where is it coming from? Why have it? What is it? And then shifting that thought by bringing that energy.